Have you ever wondered how it's possible that inside a simple oyster and in complete silence, a jewel worth thousands of dollars can be born? What seems like a small marine miracle is, in reality, one of the slowest, most delicate and most controlled processes in the natural world. For years, humans and the ocean work together in an almost invisible collaboration, where patience is more important than technology and any mistake can ruin everything. Let's delve into the fascinating journey of cultured pearls, from the inside of an oyster to the luxury display cases, to discover why these gems aren't manufactured, they're waited for. Beyond their beauty, the pearl is the result of a silent collaboration between humans and nature, where each stage is crucial and nothing can be rushed. Before modern cultivation techniques existed, all pearls were a product of chance. Divers would plunge into deep waters, hoping to find an oyster that concealed a gem within. The reality, however, was unforgiving. Only 1 in 10,000 wild oysters contained a pearl of exceptional quality. This scarcity was, for centuries, the reason for their enormous value and prestige. A natural pearl begins to form when a foreign body, such as a grain of sand or a parasite, accidentally enters the oyster's soft tissue. To defend itself, the mollusk activates an extraordinary biological mechanism. The oyster secretes nacre, a substance composed of calcium carbonate crystals and organic proteins, which coats the intruder in concentric layers. Over time, these layers accumulate and solidify, giving rise to what we know as a pearl. Not all pearls are the same, nor do they all have the same origin. Today, 4 main categories are recognized. Akoya pearls, small, round, and with an intense luster. Tahitian pearls, dark and exotic. South Sea pearls, large and golden in color. And freshwater pearls, produced in large quantities, especially in China, with an enormous variety of shapes and colors. These differences in size, shape, color, and luster are key factors in establishing their value in the world of jewelry. Throughout history, pearls have been a symbol of power, status, and exclusivity. In many ancient cultures, only the elite could possess them. Their slow formation became a living metaphor for patience and transformation. The natural conditions surrounding their growth are fundamental. Water quality, the oyster's diet, and the stability of the environment directly influence the final result. Therefore, each natural pearl is unique and unrepeatable. Although they remain extremely valuable, most pearls available on the market today are cultured. This advancement has broadened their accessibility without sacrificing their beauty and, at the same time, protected marine ecosystems from uncontrolled exploitation. However, producing a cultured pearl is far from a simple process. It all begins with the creation of the nucleus, a tiny sphere made from seashells selected for their hardness and texture. These shells are cut, polished, and shaped using high-precision machinery. The perfection of the nucleus is essential. Any imperfection will be reflected in the final shape of the pearl. The second key element is a small piece of soft tissue taken from the mantle of a healthy donor oyster. This tissue acts as the biological trigger that will stimulate the recipient oyster to coat the nucleus with layers of nacre. Implantation is a delicate procedure that requires experience and a steady hand. Using specialized tools, the technician carefully opens the oyster, creates a minimal cavity, and inserts the nucleus along with the donor tissue. After grafting, the oysters are placed in special cages and returned to the sea, in areas previously selected for their temperature, water purity, and current movement. For the first few weeks, they are closely monitored to verify that the graft has been accepted. If the oyster rejects the nucleus, the process fails. Even under the best conditions, not all oysters manage to produce marketable pearls. Those that survive this initial stage enter the longest and most silent period of the process: growth. For months or even years, the oyster works in the darkness of its aquatic environment, depositing layer upon layer of nacre around the nucleus. This growth is not random. Factors such as water temperature, salinity, and environmental cleanliness directly influence the final quality of the pearl. For this reason, pearl farms are located in sheltered bays with clean waters, minimally affected by human activity. The oysters are suspended in cages or nets that allow them to move gently with the currents, protected from predators and storms. Throughout the process, workers conduct regular inspections to remove algae and invasive organisms and to check the health of each oyster. A pearl forms slowly, layer by layer, through the constant accumulation of thousands of microns of nacre deposited by the oyster over time. This process is gradual and requires stability in the marine environment, as any sudden change can affect its development. The longer the oyster remains in the water, the thicker these layers become, and consequently, the higher the pearl's potential value. For this reason, pearls considered high-end are not rushed. Many are left to mature for periods exceeding 3 years, allowing the nacre to reach the density and depth necessary for exceptional luster. However, time alone does not guarantee perfection. Even under controlled conditions, not all pearls develop in the same way. Some acquire oval or irregular shapes, while others have less uniform surfaces. Similarly, the luster can vary significantly. Certain pearls reflect light with great intensity, while others display a softer or duller luster. These variations are not absolute defects, but rather the reflection of a natural process that does not adhere to strict molds. Nature does not repeat patterns exactly, and it is precisely this unpredictability that makes each pearl unique, endowing it with an unrepeatable character and beauty. After 1, 2, or even 3 years of constant waiting, the most anticipated stage of the entire process is reached, the pearl harvest. This moment marks the end of a long period in which the oyster has worked silently, layer upon layer, transforming a tiny nucleus into a complete gem. Extracting a pearl is neither a simple nor an automatic task. It demands technical precision, experience, and a deep respect for the delicate biological process that made it possible. At saltwater oyster farms, divers descend to the areas where the cages are suspended or anchored to the seabed. There, they carefully retrieve each structure, making sure not to harm the oysters during extraction. Once on the surface, the cages are moved to facilities on land, where the inspection stage begins. Each oyster is examined individually. First, a visual assessment is performed to discard damaged or diseased specimens, and then X-ray equipment is used to confirm whether a viable pearl has formed inside. This step is crucial, as it avoids opening oysters that have not yielded results, reducing waste and conserving resources. When the presence of a pearl is confirmed, the oyster is placed on specially designed work tables. Using specialized tools, technicians carefully separate the shells without breaking them or disturbing the interior more than necessary. With a thin, curved instrument, the pearl is extracted with extreme delicacy. It is at this moment that the gem is exposed to the world for the first time, revealing the result of years of waiting and carefully controlled conditions. In many cases, the oyster does not survive this procedure. However, a small proportion of healthy specimens can be reintroduced to begin a new cultivation cycle. These oysters can produce additional pearls, although generally smaller or of lower quality than the first. The remaining shells are usually recycled to make new nuclei, and the mollusk's meat can be used for other purposes. In contrast, freshwater pearl farming follows a completely different model. This type of production is carried out on a large scale, prioritizing volume over individual perfection. In countries like China, thousands of oysters are harvested simultaneously and systematically opened. Workers extract the pearls by hand, processing large quantities of oysters per hour. In this system, it is common to obtain multiple pearls from a single oyster, although with greater variability in shape and quality. Once harvested, both marine and freshwater pearls undergo a rigorous cleaning process. Organic debris and sediment are removed, and then the selection and grading stage begins. This process determines the final destination of each pearl, whether for fine jewelry, industrial uses, cosmetics, or decorative applications. Thus concludes one of the most delicate and significant phases of pearl cultivation, where years of silent work finally transform into a visible and tangible result. Once extracted, the pearls go through a crucial stage, evaluation and grading. This process is carried out under natural light and in controlled environments, as any variation can alter the perception of their qualities. Specialists carefully analyze several key factors, including shape, luster, color, surface texture, and the thickness of the nacre layers. Each of these elements directly influences the pearl's final value. Shape is one of the most visible criteria. Perfectly round pearls are the rarest and therefore the most highly valued on the market. However, oval, teardrop, and baroque shapes also exist, possessing a particular appeal and used in more contemporary jewelry designs. Luster, also known as luster, is fundamental. A high-quality pearl reflects light with intensity and clarity, creating an almost mirror-like effect that reveals the purity and uniformity of the nacre. Color is another determining factor. Although white remains the classic and most recognized shade, pearls can exhibit a wide range of colors. There are pink, gold, silver, black pearls, and others with green, blue, or purple hues. Some of these shades are extremely rare and therefore command very high prices. The surface is also examined in detail, as the smoother and more free of imperfections it is, the higher its quality. Finally, the thickness of the nacre indicates the pearl's durability and its ability to retain its luster over time. The combination of all these criteria allows each pearl to be classified into different categories, ranging from commercial grade to AAA grade, reserved only for the most exceptional pieces. This system guarantees transparency in the market and helps define the final destination of each gem. Throughout history, pearls have meant much more than a simple luxury item. They have been symbols of power, purity, wisdom, and mystery in numerous civilizations. In different cultures, they were considered protective amulets, spiritual emblems, or family treasures passed down from generation to generation. Their marine origin and slow formation made them representations of the balance between the natural world and the divine. Currently, in addition to their use in jewelry, pearls have applications in cosmetics, traditional medicine, and nutritional supplements, especially when processed into powder form. They are attributed with regenerative and antioxidant properties, although their symbolic value remains as important as the material itself. Beyond their practical uses or their market price, the true value of a pearl lies in what it represents. It is proof of how a small irritation can be transformed with time and patience into a jewel of extraordinary beauty. Each pearl is a reminder of the delicate balance between nature and human intervention, and of how slow and silent processes can give rise to truly exceptional results.